Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Tuesday, the 3rd of January 2023, and we're looking at a few gloomy predictions about the world economy for this year and what this could mean for precious metal prices. Let's take a look. Interesting article in Bloomberg, January the 2nd, IMF chief Georgieva warns of tough year for world economy. This can be quite concerning, especially for precious metals, or at least potentially for silver in particular. IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva warned that the global economy faces a tough year. And this is the thing to note, tougher than the year we leave behind. We expect 1/3 of the world economy to be in recession. 1/3. Why? Because the three big economies, the United States, the European Union, and China, are all slowing down simultaneously. The IMF already warned in October that more than 1/3 of the global economy will contract, and that there is a 25% chance of global GDP growing by less than 2% in 2023. Which it defines as a global recession. Examining the three biggest economies on CBS, Georgieva painted a mixed picture of their ability to withstand the downturn. While the US may avoid recession, the European Union has been very severely hit by the war in Ukraine. Half of the EU will be in recession next year, she said. At the same time, China faces a tough year. And if we move forward to January the 3rd, we can see the headline in Bloomberg, Outlook 2023. Here's almost everything Wall Street expects in 2023. Now, just building on the last clip, it may be one of the most anticipated recessions of all time, but that doesn't mean it won't hurt. Barclays Capital Inc. says 2023 will go down as one of the worst for the world economy in 4 decades. Ned Davis Research Inc. puts the odds of a severe global downturn at 65%. Fidelity International reckons a hard landing looks unavoidable. Then it moves on to talk about the Federal Reserve. As the Federal Reserve ramps up its most aggressive tightening campaign in decades, the consensus view is that a recession, albeit mild, will hit both sides of the Atlantic, with a high bar for any dovish policy pivot, even if inflation has peaked. Expect an uneven year in trading. Deutsche Bank sees the S&P 500 index rising to 4,500 in the first half, before falling 25% in the third quarter as a downturn bites, only to bounce back to 4,500 by the end of 2023. Perhaps the easy money will be made in bonds at long last. After the asset class delivered the biggest loss in the modern era last year, UBS Group expects US 10-year yields will drop to as low as 2.65% by the end of the year on juicy coupons and renewed haven demand. And when we set up the new channel, we'll cover some of these aspects. And then meanwhile, the crypto bubble has burst, and we'd agree with that totally. Investment houses are in no mood to talk up the industry after spending the boom years hyping up the speculative mania as same kind of digital gold for tomorrow, while peddling virtual currency products to clients in traditional finance. Well, what does this mean for gold and silver prices? Well, we shall be giving our gold and silver price forecast on Saturday, but broadly, gold may very well hold its own this year, especially if interest rates start to fall towards the latter end of the year. Will that happen? We'll have to wait and see. Whereas silver may indeed be a victim of any recession. Now, should the recession either not occur or turns out less worse than many predict, then it is indeed quite possible silver will outpace gold. If, however, it's as bad as the forecasters are predicting at the moment, then silver will be under pressure, if only because that the industrial demand will be less than anticipated. All that said, gold opened well this morning, and as at 9 a.m. GMT, it's up $7 at $1,835, though it did actually touch $1,850. And silver is up 21 cents at $24.26, though it also touched $24.56 this morning. So both of them rose initially on opening, but have fallen back just a little, but are still higher than their close before the new year. That's it for now. Further updates in the week. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel, not forgetting to press the bell sign so you're notified of our videos as and when they're published, and we hope and trust that you've had an enjoyable break. But unfortunately, it's now back to work. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.